We're live.
Hey,
Hi.
okay. Like, why is this not working?
Welcome to Being an
Amazing.
Entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am coming to you live. This is Tiffany Newman, Visionary Branding Strategist. I'm here live with the amazing Elaine Cartes.
Hello,
We
everyone.
are coming live today. Elaine was part of my legacy brand transformation, which we just finished up last week. And if you haven't noticed yet, I am doing lives this week with all of my clients, my past clients that we recently branded. And Elaine is the first to go. Thank you so much for being here, Elaine. And just a few things before we dive in. We're going to talk about Elaine's brand story, her journey, what she does, who she serves, and then reveal her logos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're also going to talk about, obviously, the elephant in the room. The world is going through a transition right now. And so how that kind of affected the branding in general and how it's allowed Elaine to really pivot through this time by having a solid brand foundation. So Elaine, thank you again so much for being here.
I am so excited. Keep going. Sorry. I'm excited.
No, you're good. So the first thing we'll talk about is really just who you are, what your background is. So Elaine works with women of all colors. She's a business coach, a strategist, a mentor, and we'll dive deeper into that. But Elaine, if you just want to talk about kind of your journey and how you got, how you started your business and really what made you want to step into rebranding your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Cartes. I'm a business and career coach for women of all colors. By the way, Tiffany helped me with that in terms of the women of all colors. So shout out to her. And just my background prior to being a business and career coach was I was a former grassroots organizer. I graduated college around the recession when things were crazy, and things are crazy right now. And the only job I was able to find was moving from California to Iowa as a grassroots organizer. And I did door knocking, phone calls, old school boots on the strap. But what I really learned through that situation was building relationships and creating community. Then from there, I became a nonprofit fundraiser. I was a fundraiser at Pasadena City College, where my mom went to school at. And unfortunately, she couldn't finish school because she had 3 kids under the age of 5, including me. And in 6 months, we raised $1 million with 200 people with a small list. So the 10 years of experience as a former grassroots organizer, nonprofit fundraiser, has actually helped me build this community you see with no ads. And Tiffany has definitely helped me just emphasize that my values that I bring to the table is community. The reason why I really want to go through this legacy brand transformation is, first off, as a woman of color, the word legacy attracted me. 2, Tiffany is one of my good friends. We're Voxer friends. And 3, I will be transparent with you because some of you may be feeling this way. But when I'm looking at my Instagram, my Facebook, just reading stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone just sounds the same. And I don't want to sound like anyone else. I want to make sure that who I am, how I serve my clients and my community is Elaine Cartes, not just someone else. And going through this process has helped me serve my clients in such an incredible way, especially during these difficult times. In fact, I remember it was like March 15th. It was a Sunday when things went crazy here in America. And I had my in-person event. And I was talking to Tiffany. I was doing boxers with her back and forth. What am I going to do? I have this in-person event. And then the messaging that I was able to do with her to help do the virtual event, I was like, look, I know you guys know me as an in-person relationship building. That's actually just a way I go and serve my clients. What I'm really known for is this community, and we will create a community virtually. And I had 50% show up rate at my free last virtual event yesterday, which is crazy. 50 out of 101 people. And it helped so much just having the right messaging, understanding my values, and owning who I am. So thank you, Tiffany. I hope that was really great for you.
Yes, no, thank you for explaining all of that, because I think it's really important for people to understand, people so often think of branding, which we are going to get into the visual piece, which is the fun piece to reveal. But really the foundational piece is the gold, right? And I think that's what, once people get into this, they join the transformation a lot of the times to get the new logos and to get the new look. but once they're in it, they realize how much the messaging and the brand story and getting clear on their values, vision, voice, all of those things, even if they've done those before, because I know most entrepreneurs have already gone through that process, is so important. And it really does. That's my message. It has been my message. It allows you to pivot when things change and when things evolve. And so it's been
perfect timing.
Yeah, it's been such a transformation to watch all of the ladies who are in the cohort really use their foundational messaging to, pivot during these times. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and then we're going to dive right in. I would like to hear, and I think you kind of touched on a little bit with your values, but what was the number one takeaway from the experience other than what you already mentioned? Was there anything specifically that comes to mind?
It's interesting because when people think branding, like what Tiffany was saying, you think, okay, pretty logos, colors, that's what people think they're watching right now. What I really underwent was kind of like this personal development, like owning my stuff, owning who I am in the market, and knowing that this is me. That's my hugest takeaway. It validated a lot of things because, my Color Your Dreams events, I always talk about how it's community, connection, collaboration. And I'm just emphasizing that even more and emphasizing even more during these times. It's just funny kind of how the universe works. I was working with you since January of this year. It's not like we're doing this live because of unprecedented times. It just happened. And I'm just really able to serve. So it was more of a personal development of confidence and connecting all the pieces of who I am and how I could better serve my clients and my community, which is women of all colors.
Love it. Yeah. And what you're doing is such important work too. So I'm just so excited to share that with everybody. So definitely, guys, follow Elaine. If you're interested, like she said, she has free events in LA, but really this is a movement. And my goal with working for Elaine is I like to see people's future for them before they can even do it. So for Elaine, we've been talking about, yes, there's the LA event and now she's doing it virtually. She has been reaching women globally, but now even more. And I really see the Color Your Dreams events happening in cities around the world once we get past being quarantined. So follow Elaine. You guys want to get on this. It's really an important thing for me to make sure that all women are supported. And I just love Elaine's message in general. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're not going to go page by page or anything, but I'm just going to share your brand manual first, because I think it's really amazing just to see, for people to see how it all comes together.
I also want to let people know, Tiffany, that this is my first time seeing it. And let me make sure it's showing also as well.
I don't think it is. Actually, it says,
no.
I'm trying to resume the share. Hold on. Doesn't want to share that. Let me share my desktop.
Yeah, I was like, I don't see it because I have another screen opened. Yeah, it's still black. Hi, Amanda. And let me make sure.
Yay, yes, thank you. Thank you, Elaine. And by the way, hello, everybody who's joining. I forgot to say that. Please, if you have any questions, ask them. I unfortunately cannot see them, but we can keep a track on those.
I want to make sure it's working. Can people comment? Can you guys let us know if you could see Tiffany's screen?
Yes,
I'm looking at the other screens that I have in my... Yes, we can. I see it.
Okay, perfect.
Just opened it up.
Same here. And yes, I get on a tangent. I get all excited to show these things. So welcome to everybody who's here. Thank you so much for joining us live. It means so much to us. Feel free to ask any questions, whether it's live or on the replay. We will answer them. So what I just wanted to walk through really quickly is this, again, is not the sexy, fun visual stuff yet, but this really is the foundational pieces of a brand. And that this is what the pieces that people don't often think of as branding and how important it is. And a lot of the times you can't see the label inside the bottle. And this is the number one thing that I really see myself as a guide when working with Elaine and others, is you can sit down and talk about what your values are. And like Elaine said, she's been saying connection, communication, and community have always been important to her, but to really talk those through from another foundational place and be able to clearly and succinctly communicate that message to your audience makes such a huge difference.
And I also want to mention too, like you guys are seeing me experience this for the first time, seeing everything. So you get to see my initial reaction. And for me, for my fellow sisters of color, the connection piece was important in terms of connecting with our heritage, with ourself, with our community. That's really important because legacy and ancestors and family is so important to me. And that's what I've continued to do within my own business as well. So thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the fun part for me too, is to, do this deep work together and then share it back with you. And it's so important. And again, family, like you said, honoring your families and ancestors, and then also nurturing the sisterhood. So I love that you've created this and cultivated the space for sisterhood to happen for all women. And I think that's so important in the world we live in. It's always been important, but I think it's really, really important. So we have your vision, you're to be the go-to diversity and inclusion expert for women of color, promote and empower women of all colors to create their own legacy. Like these are really, really big. This is a big mission, Elaine. And I'm like so excited that, like you said, you've stepped in and like fully owning it.
Yes. Thank you for helping me with this process.
Yes. So we go through target market. I'm not going to go through all of this. Brand story. This is the other piece too. Elaine is a diversity advocate, empowerment mentor, grassroots organizer, leadership educator, legacy maker. We talk through the entire brand story of how she can help her ideal clients. And then the very end here is kind of the statement that her brand statement, her brand purpose. And I think, Elaine, that this is really what summarizes everything that you do.
This was my favorite part out of the whole, oh my gosh, when you sent that to me, because Tiffany did send this, I was like, this is it. Like, follow your dreams, create your legacy. It was just a bold statement. And hence why I'm wearing like a wonderful bright red dress right now.
Love it. All right. So speaking of that, now we can get into the other fun part, which is actually sharing the brand guide. So this is the visual pieces. So what I will say too is, this work we've done together, it's so much foundational work. We move into the visual aesthetics. Now, next for all of these ladies will be the website. So I do have a few ladies towards the end of the week that they've been through this process and the website, and I'm going to be revealing those to you. Right now, we're just showing Elaine's logos, her colors, and the whole foundation of her legacy brand. So I'm super excited to reveal this. And I'm looking over here once in a while because I have my other screen.
We're seeing your whole screen right now in pop-ups, just so you know.
Oh, you probably don't want to see that. It's a little messy.
Welcome to being an entrepreneur. We're just going to fix it on the fly.
There we go. That should be better.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Okay, wait, let's, I'm going to check my phone to make sure we could see it too. And can anyone comment too? We just want to make sure you guys are seeing this as well. Let me check.
Yep, I think I can see it. Okay. So again,
I see black. Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yay. So yes, Elaine is seeing this for the very first time. So she obviously has a sense of what was coming. We've talked about colors. We talked about the logos. She did get some input on all of that along the process, but it's so fun for me to reveal these things live with a live audience. So again, I should be checking Amanda's here. Thank you so much. We have at least 10 or 13 people on here. I cannot tell exactly, but thank you guys for joining us.
I also want to give a shout out. I know some of my mastermind clients are watching, my Aligned Action Mastermind clients. These ladies actually have helped me through the process with my branding too, because I've been showing a little bit of pieces. So you guys get to see this too.
Yes, thank you, ladies. And it's so important too, the whole point of doing this in a group, in a small cohort, is to get input from amazing other entrepreneurs. It's kind of like a mini strategy session, a mini, way to get your work looked at in a group setting, but also asking those clients that you're working with, they know you best. So Elaine was so smart in engaging her amazing ladies to get their input along the way, which was so smart. Yes, so we really took about all the things that we talked about with Elaine. So it's really about empowerment, legacy, diversity, and that all comes into her logo. Now, what I will say is this is actually the logo that Elaine had prior to the branding process. So you may be kind of confused here. What we do during the process is look at what is working in your current brand and what is not working. We keep what's working and we get rid of the rest. So as we move forward, you will see the pieces that we added. But this is really, I don't know if you want to talk just really quickly about this logo, but it means so much to you. So we didn't want to change it.
Yes. So I want to share this logo with all of you. Here's a story behind it. When I first started my business, I was like, I don't have a logo. So I quickly put on a Sharpie pen and put it on an index card. I just put Elaine Lou. And the reason why I would use Elaine Lou, I don't know if some of you may know, but actually my real first name is Elaine Lou. Lou is not my middle name. It's my real first name. Everyone always calls me Elaine. And just psychologically, kind of like how there's Beyonce with Sasha Fierce or Kobe with mom, the Mamba mentality. I was like, no, I'm Elaine Lou. I'm going to own all that I am. And this is who all that I am is in my business. That's why my business is called Elaine Lou. So did a Sharpie, sent that to my friend Jarrell Natividad. Shout out to him. He's one of my close friends that I grew up with. And he just cleaned it up. And this is my logo. And the reason why I actually told Tiffany, I actually just want to keep my Elaine Lou Sharpie logo I made when I first started, that took me a minute, is because it embodies all that I am. And I don't want to be known for a pretty image. This is simple, black and white. And this is Elaine Lou. I'm going to own it.
Love that. And and it's part of, here we're talking about legacy branding. And especially this time in the world, I think people are thinking more about their core needs and keeping, their businesses going and things like that. And maybe not their legacy, but the truth is to think about that legacy. This is part of your past, to bring it through to your legacy. We want to be thinking about the future because this will pass, and setting you up for a sustainable business for the long term. And so you can do the same for your clients.
And I want to add one more thing, because people love my mom, because my mom's a part of just my life, not just business. But my mom's name is Mary Lou. So her name, I don't even think I shared this with you, but her name Lou is part of my full name, Elaine Lou.
I did not know that.
And then the EL, my dad's name is Elpidio. So they named me Elaine. So my name is a full embody of both my parents. And my parents and my family is a huge part of my life. And just life, not even business, but life.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So we kept her original logo, its legacy. And I really oftentimes communicate that too, like to position as a thought leader, it's really important to keep sometimes your personal name branded really, really simple. And as you'll see, to create a branded system like we did with Elaine, which is here.
Oh my God, I love it. I told you guys, this is my first time saying it.
So what happens is, you want to brand yourself and position yourself as the expert you are. Really what we want to brand specifically is your core offerings. So you have a branded system in place. You have core offerings that allow people to step in with you at different stages in their journey, in different price points for different reasons. So Elaine owns Color Your Dreams, which is the movement I was speaking about earlier. I think there's just going to be a movement across the country, across the globe, of women of all colors getting together. So this is the logo for Color Your Dreams, which would be free event. We have two different variations depending on where it's showing up. So if it's showing up on web, if it's showing up, on Instagram or in a square format, and then her aligned action mastermind. And then those are shown in two different colors. So it kind of differentiates which offer and which item people are looking at visually.
Tiff, can you share why you decided to do a heart shape?
Yes. So the heart shape, when I do concepting, and Elaine can speak to this because this is the first time she's seeing it all finalized, but she obviously
Mhm.
told me she wanted to go in this direction after she saw probably 20 different directions. And the reason the heart shape really spoke to me for Elaine is just the heart and the soul that she pours into her business, but also the love that she's really spreading between, you know, these women, and that she's bringing people together. And then you had a brilliant idea. I'm looking over here because I can see you on my other screen, of, you know, moving forward, we have this brilliant plan for her website. And because she was a grassroots organizer, she really does bring people together. So I don't know if you want to share the symbol that we're going to be using.
Oh, yes, to my Color Your Dreams community. Whenever we do events, and moving forward, we're going to do it virtual. But we're going to make a movement. When we see each other in person, we're going to make the heart shape, because it's really a Color Your Dreams movement. The reason why I want to make this as a heart shape, rather, because, you know, this, we see this, it's like a movement, but I really want to bring like love to everyone, regardless of like diversity. So that was huge. And then shout out again to my mastermind clients, my Line to Action Mastermind, because I showed them these logos and they helped edit and fix it. But this is my first time seeing it with the color. Yay. So it's beautiful. I love it.
Yes, I love that you typically, I would tell Elaine, I'm like, typically I don't tell you to share it with people because but her ladies knew what they liked. And it was actually really awesome for them to have a part in the decision between all of the options that we had. And so I'm just going to go through the rest really quickly.
I want to go back to, the thing and share the vision. So the Color Your Dreams, I know you see free event, but the vision that Tiffany actually recommended to me is that it's all over the world. So we'll have one Color Your Dreams, Los Angeles, San Francisco, you know, New York, in the future when we could see each other in person. Okay.
Exactly. Right here. There's already one created that says Los Angeles. So the rest will be coming. I have no doubt. So I'm just going to go through the rest quickly, just for people to see the rest of what a simple brand guide looks like. These are all of the colors. So, you know, we talked about really taking your heritage, the colors from the Philippine flags, but your own spin on them, because otherwise it kind of looks American with red, white, and blue. So the blue and this LA red, I called it, which is a little bit of a reddish orange, a turquoise, this beautiful gold, and then an almost black, just to soften the harshness of a black a little bit. And then your fonts. And then last but not least is the visual presence. So Elaine always shows up with her clients just looking beautiful and happy. Again, women of all colors supporting each other, standing strong alongside each other. And then also a little bit of her grassroots piece coming in there on the left-hand side.
I love it. Oh, my mastermind clients are in there.
All right. So of course the mastermind clients would be in there. So we'll stop sharing. Again, I want to thank everybody who showed up to support us today. If there's any questions, I'm not sure if I can see them now, but if not, I will come back on, because I'm talking over myself here when I go on my phone. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Elaine, do you want to say anything in closing? I also want to make sure that people know where to find you, and then I will do a final wrap up as well.
Yeah, I will talk about me, and then I'll talk about how amazing you are after. Does that work?
That works.
So if you guys want to find me, follow me on Instagram. I'll put the handle below. People tend to communicate with me there. And second, I'd love for you to check out one of my Color Your Dreams events virtually. So you could be anywhere around the world. The next one is Saturday, April 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific, or that is 5 p.m. GMT. And my events are so good that people continue going every single time, because I'm continuing to change it. And it's not an Elaine show. Like, people end up collaborating, podcast interviews, people get clients. So it's not your typical webinar. Like, you get to actually speak. So I'll put the link below, Tiff, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
And then secondly, like, Tiffany, thank you so much. It was incredible to work with you. I probably sent you so much Voxer messages with so many ideas in my head. But I mean, like, what timing, right? Like, what timing to go through this brand, you know, this legacy brand transformation from January to now. And then all of this is happening. And I'll be transparent to everyone's watching. I'm actually working so much because my grassroots organizing experience, like, no, I need to work and save people because I'm not a healthcare worker. Shout out to the healthcare workers. Like,
Yes.
I need to go help other people. Like, this is my calling. And if it wasn't for the work I've done with Tiffany, I would be in a better place to even serve my current paying clients and my community at a bigger impact. And going through it with you, just so you guys know who's watching, who's interested in working with Tiffany, it's more than just a logo. It's more than just a business. You get to own who you are. And I'm not scared to share who I am. I know who I am, and I'll share that. And I'll end it with this. Thank you, Tiffany.
Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. And it's been such an amazing journey. It was such an honor to work with you, Elaine. Again, it's such important work that you're doing, and it really is going to be a movement. And that's one of my favorite things to do is, like you said, especially in times like these, it's up to us to show up and serve the best way that we know how. And also timely with these brand reveals. You know, I debated, like, there's so much going on in the world, but I was like, no, like, all the ladies that I'm doing lives with this week, your messages are so amazing. People need to hear that. And like Elaine said, if anybody out there is really interested in doing this up level on your brand, I'm starting another cohort. So all the ladies that went through this week, that will be happening in April. And I'm also starting a beta group with another offer to get more clarity on your messaging. So just the foundational piece of the brand, because in times like this, we do need to pivot. So this is me. We talked about it in the group when we were ending. How can we all pivot right now? And so if that's something that you're interested in, it's a very much lower level offer, very, very pointed at the times that we're going through right now to really help people get their message, created. Like Elaine said, just own who you are, own your offers, and really find out, put who you can serve out there, and just do it the best that we can during these times.
And I want to add, if anybody has any questions about how it is to work with Tiffany, send me a DM. Like, I'm happy to answer questions, hop on a call, because she has helped me really just live out my mission to help women of all colors create their own legacy. It's been such a delight to work with her, and the community of women that she was able to attract that I got to know as well, who I'm collaborating with as well.
Yes, thank you. All you ladies are so amazing. I'm going to cry. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. You can watch more of these reveals every day for about the next 7 days. So this is going to be really fun, just learning about these amazing ladies, the work that they're doing in the world. So again, follow Elaine below. DM me if you want to chat about your brand, and we'll talk to you really soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.